Hi, in this lecture I'm going to be talking to you guys about something called as loops and how you can use them in Python. So basically loop is something which executes a block of code multiple times without having to write it multiple times, if that makes sense. But basically it makes it easy for the programmer to write this program. So in this lecture, I'm going to show you guys how to use a while loop and a for loop in Python. And with that said, let's get started. So firstly, open up your IDE, and to write a while loop, you need a test condition. And for test condition, you need a variable. So I'm just going to quickly create a simple variable and assign it some value like 1. And as you can see, a is equals to 1 now. And for while loop, you're going to use while as the keyword, and you have to write a test condition like how you used to do for the if statement. So you're going to say a is less than or equals to 10, and then you're going to do something. Let's say you're just going to print out a just to keep it simple, and then you also need to increase the value of a. I'll quickly write the code and then try and explain how it works. I think that would be more easier for you to understand and also easy for me to explain. Well, anyway, so it's going to print out the numbers from 1 to 10, and let me quickly tell you guys how that works. So firstly, it's going to check if a is less than 10. As you can see here, it's a is equals to 1, and 1 is definitely less than 10. So it's going to go inside the loop, it's going to print out a, and then it adds 1 to a, so that increases a by 1, which is 2. And it's going to go back to the statement. It checks again if a is less than or equals to 10. 2 is less than 10, that's true. So it's going to come here, print out the statement, again increase the value, so that's 3. It's going to go back, test it, and then that if that's true, it's going to go in and execute the statement. So it goes on until a is equals to 10, and when a increases the value by 1, which is 11, it's going to go here and check if 11 is less than 10. That's not true, so it's going to exit the loop statement and it's going to print out the output. So this is how a while loop statement works in Python or in any other programming language, but this is how the syntax is. It's in Python, and I'm gonna show you guys another loop statement which is very useful to iterate through a list, and that is for loop. So for loop, I'm gonna create a simple list, and I'm gonna call it example for now. Let's say you've got a couple of things like book, um, pen. I'm just gonna write things on my table right now, so I'm just gonna keep it very simple, and a couple of notebooks. Right, so you've got a list now, and to iterate through a list you have to write for, and let's say you have a variable called item in example, and what you're gonna do is you're just gonna simply print out, let's say I have, I'm gonna put a space there and item, and this should work. So basically it's gonna print out have book, pen, water, notebooks. So what it does is you have a variable called item which gets assigned to every element of example when it's going through the loop. So the first, when the loop is executing for the first time, so it's going to assign the element which is in the example list, which is book, to the item, and that's going to print out, and then it goes to the next element which is pen, and that gets assigned to item and it gets printed again. So this process is going to go through until the end of the list, and when it comes to the end of the list, it's going to exit the loop. So this is how a for loop works in Python. Let me know if you guys have got any questions or queries with the loops on the discussion board, and also I'll be putting more exercises on this lecture, and also I'm going to be talking to you guys about the infinite loops and breaks in my next lecture. So until then, see you guys, bye.